Extraction.
Hey everyone, this is Monarchy, and today I'm gonna show you this freaking ass duel. Shit, it's a pain in the ass. So, this is my deck that I'm using for this event. I'll show you in the end of the video, but this is my opponent's deck. He's playing a loner's deck, I believe, Raw. Yeah, Winged Dragon Raw. So, this freaking card is a bitch, as well as this one. You'll see why in a second. So I'm just kind of like feeling what he's doing. So I set these spells and trap cards here, and that was my mistake to put this card there. So he's, you know, in the mood, he's in the role. So I was like, I don't have no plays right now. I'll put this one as defense mode to see what he does. So I got this card out of the bag. Now I'm able to control the game. Even though he thinks he's controlling the game. No. With this card, the Protector, I'm able to lay out my cards into play. Put them in defense mode because I know how Wing and Dragon Raw works. It's a one-hit wonder, we could say. So he's doing these moves, and it's impressive. I'm impressed how people use some of these cards, but I'm creative, I'm crafty, I'm skillful on that. So I'm playing mind games to see where it goes, because I know he has more of these balls. I know he has more of these metal reflector slime, and I believe that deck has 3 Raws. It could be 2, but I'm in the defensive position, playing defensive strategy basis. So it's pretty much like chess, a little bit back and forth, and I got stuck. He thought he got me in check. So I was like, this is my ace of the sleeve. I want to use it, but I can't for some god awful reason that I can't. So he laid out the True Sun God, another one, and an Ancient Chant, so he could get Winged Dragon Raw again. So he's doing what he's supposed to do as a Winged Dragon Raw player. Sucks that I lost that spell card. I won't be able to use the vision. So I wanted to use the Sinful. And before you know it, I was doing Chain. And I clearly forgot to raid his damn card. And let's see. It doesn't say that it would, oh yeah, it did. Negate the activation. So that's a bummer. So I had to play around that. And I messed up putting the Snake Eye character there, but which is fine. I did 2 mistakes, which is fine. So right now, as you can see, it's a back and forth type of thing. He did use Infinite Imprisonment, whatever it's that card name, but it didn't affect me so much. But I'm able to lay out my defensive walls. So thankfully, there's a way I could play, and he did this. I was like, oh shit, how can I reverse jutsu his ass? So I'm like, okay, I could get this ball going. And it came up to me, I should use this. And I wanted to attack him, but somehow I cannot attack him for unknown reason. I guess I haven't read it right, but I got this card. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of his ball. But I should have got rid of one of the Sun God, which is fine, or this lame ass field spell. But whatever, I'll get it in time. Because I do have, what, 2 monsters left in the spell, so I had to do great choices, good choices. So he has Monster Reborn. I'm like, ah, great. Oh, okay. He got his shit. So what he's playing at? Defensive as well, using Raw. Okay. And he's gonna get the Phoenix, Raw Phoenix. I'm like, ah, great. He's gonna really hurt me. But then I'm like, notice, okay, he didn't do too much, which is fine. And he's doing this back and forth chain with a ball and Phoenix and Raw. So I'm like, how can I do this? And I have a good play in my hand. I did want to get rid of this, but thankfully, I'm like, you know what? I have another one in the bag. But I couldn't freaking, you know, score a touchdown from unknown reason. So I was thinking it's going to be the spell card. But technically, it's these spells. So I got my Nightmare Unicorn out. And as you could see, I could have used that card. But I have 2 useless cards unactive. I can't use nothing. The only active is these 2 cards is useful. And this useless Gravedigger that can't activate for some reason, because I guess he's not using the right proper trigger. So I'm making my plays, trying to think outside of the box here what I could do. I'm like, you know what, Code Talker, let's see if I could get rid of one of his pain in the butt things. So I want to wipe out his back row. It could be that I could have victory on my hands. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to play strategy-wise and get my plays going how other players, you know, have this negate of walls. So I have 2. I'm not letting him slide there. I negate that. So right now it's just a waiting game, stalling and see what he does, depending on his move. And this is my go-to, and I was able to use the Gravedigger, take him out. End game. He wasn't bad. He was, you know, going for the win. He did fantastic play there. I did too. We were going back and forth type of thing. And what do you know? This is the first duel that I've played for a longest time that ended up flawlessly and turned out good. I wasn't salty, wasn't mad, or no, I wouldn't say mad. I wasn't upset because a lot of players that does copy and paste of decks from other players, they just played this stupid negate game. I know a lot of some YouTubers, Yu-Gi-Oh content creators done that bullshit. I don't like that. That they are, there's certain YouTube, sorry, there are certain Yu-Gi-Oh content creators that just like to do this negate wall shit, but they complain of, trap hand and all these things that slow them down. But are they technically good? No, I say this player was good. So I applaud him for giving me a good, you know, um, I want to say workout, but it's not even a workout. That strategy mindset of gameplay, because we were back and forth doing mind games, and I bluffed almost all the time. But in this case, I didn't bluff much. I just wanted to see where it goes, and my curiosity paid off. I just doing the stall game, but also trying to figure out how to advance to get the win. And he was stalling, I was stalling, and we were back and forth trying to counteract each other and get the win. In this case, sadly, he lost, but thankfully he lost. But it was a good play, and how he moved all his, he did, flawlessly. Like I said, he didn't do any mistakes. What I've seen, he may done certain mistakes, but I bet he didn't expect of a long play. Cause how many moves was that? It doesn't tell me how many phases, if I'm not mistaken. It used to say how many per turn. Oh, turn 16. So I believe we were at turn 20, because it seems about right. Up to turn 20. That's how long it was, but it was fun. I liked it. I hope he enjoyed it too. And let's go how I theory craft my deck. So this is my deck, but before I show you the setup, this is my actual setup of that deck. So let's go here. This is my actual setup of my deck. Now, as you can see, there's certain cards that I'm not able to play, which is fine. That's why I use it as my base of foundation. And this is how I turned it. So I was like, what I could do to make this deck work. So what I did, Galaxy Eyes. So I have Galaxy Karibo, 3. I was thinking to put 3 each of Snake Eyes. It didn't work too well, or I don't have the proper tools for it, because as you could see, I'm missing several things, and like newer cards as well as that one. But other than that, I haven't figured out as how it works, so I just go on player instinct. What seems, oopsie, what feels right, what works for me, I wanted to say. So I've seen certain Galaxy players, and I played against a lot of Galaxy players on rank. They always have this Galaxy Soldier and Phantom Jumper and 3 of these phantom dragons and this guy. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lay that out. And I've seen this card once, and I've seen Galaxy players use this. I don't know if it's by 3 or by 2, but since I have to switch certain things out, I want it to be more pronounced, longer. I might get rid of chain energy, but I put it as a fun, gimmicky, haha type of thing, and to add a little spice. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's just to throw players off with this card. That's pretty much what I did. So this came out in handy and clutch, as well as this. So I put one of these. As you could see, I have horse. One horse, Black Flame Dragon, level 6, and a level 8. Does it work? Yes. Does it, synchronize with these? Yes and no. It works with the protector. It works depending how the outcome of the game. Does it have synergy with the horse cards? Somewhat. That's why this new horse of deity somewhat works with these cards. With the horse deck. It's functional. You need to have the protector in order to make the DT work function properly, and the original horse cards, dragon 6 and 8. That's how, even if you have kings of sarcophagus, if you have it by 3, by 1, by 2, this works with tangent harmony together with the king of sarcophagus. So what does that tell you? You could play around and do certain weird games and mechanics and gimmicky shit. So you know what? I'm like, this is a beast wing. This is a dragon. I'm like, why not add a dragon? Because I like my dragon cards. But like I said, Number Last Hope works wonders. Galaxy Zero works as well. What does this do? Absolutely nothing. But also, it doesn't do absolutely nothing, but also does something. Because this card, the Vision, and Crimson, it's pretty much your fodder. What it does. Because if you have Glory of Horus, and if you have the Vision, of course you're going to sacrifice it. But once you sacrifice this one, this pops up. You pop this into your field, and you could get this one again. You have another extra fodder. Boom. With the King Sarcophagus. So this one is 2 in 1 even if I have 1. There you go. Simply as it can get. Also, you could do, I don't know if you could do it reverse. I think I've done it once, but I can't recall. You could fodder this and pops up out in the graveyard where you could get Vision. And if you fodder this, you're able to get it back. I think that's how it works. I might be mistaken. Or it's another card that I'm thinking of, but regardless, it works for me. It may not work for you. I don't know why I choose 47. My plan was 46. But you know what? I have no complaints of this deck that I created. I left it 47 because it feels good, feels right. The speed of it is fine. It's pretty much a beatdown deck, but a gimmick beatdown deck in a way. Because once you have King Sarcophagus or the Protector, you pretty much have these cards as exposable or used as beatdown, as well as Horus. As Snake Eyes, all these cards, think of it as a chessboard. Alright, this is how my mindset works. You have Karibo. Karibo helps Galaxy. It helps everything in your board once it's in the grave. So it's pretty much, your little protector, your little minion. So you have 3 chances to use it. Also, Karibo could summon Galaxy Eyes. Whoop-de-doo. Galaxy Soldier and Jump Phantom. There's a combination that you do here. You could summon this guy. And, there's a synergy around there. But it ends there. Other than, the number Last Hope and Galaxy Zero. It helps you to bring out, I can't recall which one I used, that it could bring out any of 2 or 1 card. What do you know? If you saw my play, I brought this one out, I brought one of these guys out, and I material fusion together to summon, to get to this point in the battle. So it's somewhat synergized, but it kind of like it's in that gray area. And the gray area, that's sometimes you want to be. But depending on you, what type of player you are, and if you like creating your own deck and not copy and pasting. If you like copy and pasting, you're learning. I'm not hating the people that paste other players' decks. That is fine. You could copy mine too. But I suggest make your own, create your. Once you know how it works, how it functions, and you have the feel, you start adapting, adding, subtracting, figure out that sweet spot. So I figure out the sweet spot of certain mountain cards from 41 and higher to 60 card deck that you could synergize and make things work. And as you could see, I don't have Ash, I don't have what's it called, Maxi, and that other new Maxi. I don't need that bullshit. It works fine how it is. And hand traps. And I'm gonna play with your mind, or slow you down. That's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm stalling enough to get the cards that I need to take you out. You probably use certain cards like Ash and Maxi and the other new Maxi. To me, personally, this is my opinion, my deck here does not deserve those cards. It's a waste of space. It's a useless cards. But I'll play devil advocate with you guys. There are certain decks. Let's see. I could understand why I need to use Maxi or Ash or, Ghost Belia. I use these just for shits and giggles. I don't use Maxi whatsoever. I use it as fodder or to make you use Ash or any hand traps that you have. I'm just using that to cop out what you're gonna do. And what I see what you do, I already read you like a book. So that's why if I have, as you could see, I only have one Maxi. I might think of getting another one, but I digress, I might not. Because all I need is these effectives and Ash. I only have 2, I don't have 3. But I'm thinking to have another Ash. But, it's a give or take situation. If I get there, if I get it, cool. If I don't, no biggie. Let's see another deck that I'm working on. I think it's this one. My 60 deck, card deck. Do you see any Ash? Do you see any Maxi? No. Because it's a waste of space. It's annoying. So, what will work? Okay. And I just noticed certain things. But regardless, that's probably just the event thing. So, trading, in this deck can work. I don't like using it, but it can help me in the long run. Dragon Shining, Shrine, sorry. I add 3. And I seen someone use something similar to my deck here, so I had to change it up a bit. And I had to adapt and adjust my cards how it's running in this current meta. Sometimes if I like it how it is, I'm not gonna change it whatsoever. It's rarely if I do or if I don't, depending on the scenario of the game. So as this blue what's it called, Dragon Master Blue Eye, pretty much Ultimate Dragon, but the other one. So with this one, it's a bitch, but I figured out how to counteract this one. It's simply easy. All you need, let's go back to this one that I have. All you need is Ash and 2 of these unicorns. Take them out the first try if Blue Eyes deck is a threat. If it's kind of a threat, then there's other cards that you could use, which I just thought of, but I will not spoil those cards yet because Konami likes to make Dark Magician Blue Eyes of a big whopping thing, which I'm waiting for Gravekeeper deck to get something out of the where is it? Black Rose Dragon deck to come back, hopefully. And so far this deck does work. But I might need to update or improve because I thought this would be, the best synergy and to make, you know, Black Rose Dragon to be, you know, up there. It's not. It's mid. It's getting there. It's just that, to make the Black Rose Dragon deck work is that you need dragon cards. And not just dragon monsters, dragon synergy of spells and traps. That is one. Also, you need to make it work with plant monsters, dragons, insect, not so well, but it should be, you know, a cohesive type of thing. Doesn't spellcaster cards, it's not working as, doesn't have a synergy. It's just, it gets a little nasty. Either you're playing one or the other. That's, you know, what I'm learning with this deck. I haven't played it for a while, so I have to play it, re-familiarize myself with this deck again. As you can see, I have a certain idea for the extra deck that I want to create, but I haven't seen a good cards for it can work for Black Rose Dragon. I'm thinking maybe add Blue Eyes White Dragon engine into the mix, but I don't know if it would work. But yeah, that's, I would say. Other than that, thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.